Hey, 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 happy Thoughtful Tuesday. Coming at you with another message for the collective with Wild Light Tarot, sending you so much love and good vibrations. Allow this energy to flow to you and through you now and always. So my name's Hillary. Welcome to Wild Light Tarot. If these messages resonate, they're for you. If they don't resonate, they may not be for you, but take what applies to your situation. If they do resonate, definitely let me know down in the comments. I love to read the comments. You can also go donate or hit me at my Cash App at Wildlight Tarot or wildlighttarot.com. So this is Thoughtful Tuesday. We're going to be going deeper than I do on the other days of the week, although y'all know me, I'm deep as hell every single day. Welcome to a Pisces moon. That's me, okay? But regardless, today we're going to be more etheric. We're going to connect more spiritually, and we're going to get really thoughtful, okay? I'm going to make you guys think in these videos. That's the plan, at least, okay? So the song that I got for the collective today was Make Me Cry by Noah Cyrus, and I don't know who the other person that's on it is, but the lyrics that I got was, I never needed you like I do right now, I never hated you like I do right now, and all you ever do is make me cry. There's a specific line that says, felt those lips tell me 21 lies, you'll be the death of me, loving you would make Jesus cry. So like some of you guys definitely are in this weird stage of like obsession. I feel like letting somebody go, but being like really obsessed either with like what they're doing or them being obsessed with what you're doing. I got obsession, confusion, chaos, and then I got relationships. I also felt the need to light a purple candle today. So really working with the color purple, purple representing the crown chakra, okay? And also this just connection to your intuition, connection to your third eye, opening your third eye, seeing clearly. So those are the messages again that I channeled for the collective. Now we're going to tap into blockages, okay? We're going to start with chakra blockages, then we're going to jump into etheric evolution blockages, and then I will pull from the tarot just to kind of get an idea of what the energy is for this Thoughtful Tuesday. Let's see what Spirit wants you guys to know. All right, meow. Let's tap in. So, messages here for the collective, please. Messages for the collective. Okay, first card out was Heart Chakra, Inner Child. So that's interesting because you know, I feel like we're always at this phase. This is a card I haven't actually pulled for the collective for a while. So I think there was a period of time where you were very much in touch with your inner child, but for whatever reason, and this is like a specific message for someone, the holiday season really takes away your childhood fun. And that's interesting to me because it should be childhood fun, but for some of us, we didn't have a very fun childhood. Some of us grew up, whoever I'm connecting with, somebody grew up really hard, Christmases, things like that. I even heard birthdays were not really the best for you growing up. So some of you guys really want to overcompensate what you didn't get as a child with your children, and it's taking away the fun, okay? Because it's like there's almost this competition in the collective of like, you know, what you can provide that your parents couldn't provide for you, which, you know, at the end of the day, that's not a bad thing. You know, I definitely like to live from the frame of doing better than what, you know, I was raised with. My parents watch these videos, you know, so it's one of those touchy subjects, but it's like, I do want to try to create a different environment than what my parents created for me because I am a mother to, you know, children in 2020, okay? So there is a lot of transition and change happening, and through this, we oftentimes lose sight of that childhood, childlike joy. I feel like this is a really strong time to really connect to your playful side, connect to this little person inside of you that's broken and lost. And you know, I feel like this is a time really, we're doing shadow work. We're always doing shadow work, but a lot of things have come up in the collective recently in regards to past situations. things from childhood. Maybe you're getting dreams or, getting these like flashes of memories that you haven't experienced in a while. I feel like there's a lot of coming together of the whole picture, okay? We're about to have this major transit that happens on December 21st. Everybody knows about that. We're also in between eclipses right now. So, the thing is, this is a time for clearing out whatever is left over from what did not get healed earlier in your life. I mean, this year's been a huge year of healing, self-love. Oh my God, I just like drooled on myself, you guys. Healing and self-love. We're over here drooling on ourselves. We're, experiencing a lot of just change is what it feels like, at least for me. Change in perspective and consciousness, like understanding more of the greater picture of what is actually going on around us. There's a couple other blockages here coming out. We got flexibility. So I feel like this is a time right now where some of you guys are not being open to being flexible with other people. There's this rigidness that you're carrying. And I feel like it's also symbolic here. Spirit's like trying to show me that it's like you're not being flexible with what they're wanting you to do, okay? You're not being flexible with what the universe has planned for you. Some of you are dealing with this kind of needing somebody that's not there. And then in turn, I feel projection onto other people. Some of you projection onto children. Okay. I don't know why I got that, but if it's you, sometimes we do this, as children, like these little beings are around us and we're adults and we have emotions too. And sometimes it's a difficult thing not to let that out on your children because it's an unconscious, it's a subconscious thing where you're just frustrated, anxious, and then, all this pressure. I feel like strong pressure on my back, my neck, my shoulders. I feel like there's this strong pressure to excel or exceed, beyond what's even possible, which, I feel like some of you guys are creating these like unrealistic goals for yourself where you're doing too much. And like, really, this is a time of slowing down. This is a time of kind of coming to this stillness, this place of stillness, but we can't find stillness if we're not willing to be flexible. And this is also saying too, willing to be flexible with your schedule, getting up earlier so that you can pour into yourself in the early hours. I just did this today. It's something that for me, I've just been feeling really drained the last couple of days. Really over the last like month, to be straight with you, has been this very heavy, hard, draining energy. And I've been battling myself, to push myself to get out and, put up content and make sure that I'm still providing the messages that are needed for, the collective, but also for my clients. And it's a lot to take in. And one thing that over the last couple of days I've tried to do is instill additional stillness, and not stillness such as like meditating, because, of course I'm always meditating, but stillness in just sitting in the quiet and listening. Okay. Some of you really need to listen and allow yourself the space to hear instead of bark back. Okay. Yeah, because some of you guys are just very quick to want to bark back at someone, and it's not, and I say bark back, take what applies to your situation, but this is something I find myself doing at times where I bark back before I allow someone to speak. And these are things I've had to really develop over time because I'm a Capricorn and we like to shove information down people's throats. But it's like when you know information, when you know what a person needs to get through whatever struggles they're going through, at times it's difficult to want to hear what they're saying because what you're hearing is excuses, but what they're feeling is like that victim mentality, and they're the victim of their circumstances, and you don't want to hear that, so you want to cut people off instead of really listening. And again, that's just, it's an egoic thing, and I say egoic because when we're not vulnerable enough to listen, because you must be vulnerable to listen, then we're not being open to what our higher self has as guidance. Okay, so this being the case for some of you, your spiritual teachers, your people that really want to help the planet to heal and raise their consciousness, but you can't shove things down people's throats. This is the energy, and I just wrote this down. I'm just going to pull it back up. It's from my chakra cards for my own pull, okay, of the quote said, I quietly listen, allowing you to color your own palette. Listen and observe, allow things to unfold. Hold space for others to find their own answers. You no longer need to prove yourself, okay? So I feel like this is that wanting to prove yourself, okay? And we are going to do an extended reading for this section. So once we hit the 15-minute mark, just know I'll be uploading a YouTube video. So make sure you guys go like and subscribe to my channel. It's just Wild Light Tarot, all separate words on YouTube, okay? So make sure you go check that out. I'll upload that after this. But you know, this is that time where you need to remain still and allow inspiration in, because the thing is, you no longer need to be the warrior. That's so interesting that they're making me talk about this, because this is something that I've very much experienced myself, where we have to allow other people to color their world, okay? We have to, the image of this person, she's carrying 2 water buckets, and it's a crown chakra blockage, all right? Which this is, you know, soul star chakra, as the 9th chakra, I suppose, or whatever. I don't know how they go in numbers, but regardless, this is connecting to universal light or source energy. But this is that point where when we're not connecting to our childlike self, when we're not connecting to flexibility with ourselves and others, and when we're not listening, we certainly can't connect to higher frequencies, you know, because we're so in this 3D experience where we need to speak instead of listen. And so this is interesting. I feel a lot of you, you struggled to communicate as a child and a teenager and early days of your adulthood. And so what you do as a result of that is you over explain things to other people. And this really is something that's, you know, it's a blockage. We don't have to continue to explain ourselves. We can speak. A few words can still get across the same message. A few words can still get the same message across as if you wrote a paragraph, okay? This is about stopping to think and not be so damn serious, okay? That's what this Thoughtful Thursday is going to be about, is being still and quieting your mind and allowing the universe to communicate what is necessary for you to hear, okay? So obviously those of you watching from Instagram, Facebook, you won't be getting tarot cards, so make sure you go check out the extended reading if you want to see those, okay? But we did get the blockage here of fear, unhealed bad decisions, subconscious blockages. So this is where I'm talking about these childhood things, okay? Some of you very much, I'm hearing raised by very controlling parents, to the point where you felt very much caged. And so now as an adult, in order for you to set yourself free, you say whatever you want, you feel whatever you feel, and your way is the way, you know, when you get in your ego, okay? But your higher self is trying to tell you, you are missing pieces of yourself within your childhood wounds, okay? It's very interesting because for me, this is very symbolic to my journey, as every single time I peel back a layer and I heal something along the lines of this fear, unhealed bad decisions, subconscious blockages, when I go through and heal these layers and I sit with that darkness, I unlock a piece of myself that I forgot about. And it happens every single damn time, okay? The most profound piece that I just unlocked is my power, in which I gave away 11 years ago to someone who wouldn't hold me, okay? Which you guys, if you follow me, if you watch these videos every day, you'll know that I have written a poem about the comparison of a positive relationship versus one that was very toxic. So this is about unveiling these subconscious blockages and, recognizing that you are able to connect here divinely with source, that you have this secret knowledge, but that you're not able to access it because at this time there's so much fear in the collective. And it's interesting because fear, the only thing to fear is fear itself, really, right? Like this is the phrase, the only thing to fear is fear itself. But what is it that you're afraid of, and what is it that's in the way? We're going to clarify this with the tarot. But we got nostalgia, reflection of the past. We got status upgrade, money, career, achieving the accolades. So these are all blockages here. I'm sorry, guys, you can't see my cards. But these are all blockages here coming up. And so it's interesting to me. It's a lot of blue and dark. I mean, I think this is a strong time of shadow work. This is the time of looking at your situations from a new lens. Look for the lesson that you learned instead of being triggered by guilt, regret, remorse, bad choices, addictions. It's like, this is where that shame comes in, okay? You're shaming yourself for the decisions that you have made in the past, okay? And now you're triggered by this remorse, okay? These bad decisions, and you're struggling to see the lesson, okay? You're not seeing things from the perspective of how can I learn from this? You're seeing this from the perspective, for some of you, of the victim. Like, why did I do this? Why am I so stupid? Why can't I just make the right decisions? And look, it's not about that. Like, you didn't know any better. You had to touch the fire before you could see that you would be burned, and some of you did get burned before. You went back again because, again, you did not learn the lesson. So let this opportunity that you're at right now be that time where you actually do take a step back and you're like, okay, what did I learn from this? Okay, so here's an example for you, and I try to be open with my journey and my path so you guys can have a safe space to kind of be honest with yourself. But for me, I used to really live from the frame of somebody needs to save me or rescue me, okay? And so when I was 17 years old, someone came in to rescue me from a path that I was not ready to that I wasn't able to see. I was drinking a lot, drinking heavily, just hanging out with the wrong people. And the father of my child came in and really opened my eyes to, I got pregnant. So I had to stop doing all of those things. And so in a way, I looked at him as a savior. And so then in that very moment, I gave him my power because I gave him the honor of saving me as if he was my knight in shining armor. And that left me very weak for all these years and not understanding that the only person that can be saved is myself. So I think it's important, my lesson in this was not to give away my power and not to continue to look for someone to save me. Coming into the relationship with my spouse, it wasn't about that. It was the first time that I had not wanted someone to save me, but just someone to stand next to me. But it took me through healing after being married to recognize where I'd given someone else that piece of me that they didn't deserve because it was my power. I had to get my own power back so I could stand here as a strong individual and do what I'm meant to do. So I feel like you guys are at that place right now where you've been looking back on the past. You've got this guilt, this regret. Like, why didn't I see things a different way? Why didn't I listen to my intuition? And it's like you had to ignore that. So again, you could learn your lesson. You cannot beat yourself up about the decisions that you make. And the very first thing you need to do is go back to these times within this. Okay, go back to your childhood and ask yourself, at what age did you lose your childhood self? At what age did you stop playing? At what age did you stop having fun? And whatever answer comes to you, that's the answer. But it's important. Some of you are like, well, I can't respond to that. I'm getting that already as a response is I can't answer that. For some of you, you were never a child. Okay. And so now you have a job at this point to reparent yourself and to reconnect or to connect for the first time with your childlike version of yourself. So anyways, let's tap into the tarot messages here for the collective, please. Messages for the collective. Explain to me this fear, regret, bad remorse. Tell me about this fear. Okay. So for some of you, the fear and regret and remorse comes from giving away your happiness to someone else and you wanting your independence. And that's interesting because the thing is, like, this is exactly the right thing. You wanting your independence, you wanting to be alone, you wanting to do your own thing. That's not a bad thing. This feels like self-love. This feels like some of you are in connections with other people that don't allow that for you, and that's where the lack of happiness or fulfillment comes from. For others of you, you just have these family wounds, like family issues that have happened that really took away your joy or took away the possibility of ultimate happiness. Like, you lived from a frame of perspective your whole life that you will never receive the joy that everyone else has. There's always a comparison. Well, I want what she has, you know? And the thing is, that's all an illusion. The moon card could be connecting with a Pisces, Sagittarius. 9 of Pentacles is earth sign energy. And then we have water sign energy. So Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Okay, so take what applies or what resonates. Some of these may not even resonate. You might not even have those placements, or you could have those in your chart. Okay, but yeah, I feel like there's this completion and that you're coming to with really understanding your own happiness and what's going to bring you fulfillment. And some of you are wanting to step away from everyone and everything. And I don't think that's a bad thing. Where the bad thing is in this illusion, okay? And I say bad is nothing is bad or good. It just is, okay? But the negative feelings that you're feeling come from the illusion, okay? The illusion that you need someone next to you in order to be happy. That's the illusion, is that you need someone next to you, and if you want to be on your own, then you are selfish. Yeah, so, you know, I think this is a lot about boundaries, you know, where even in my own marriage, I had to come up with certain boundaries, okay? My husband's, he's got very snuggly placements, okay? He really likes touchy-feely, okay? And I, on the other hand, am not a very touchy-feely individual. You know, touch is not my love language, but it's his, okay? So something I had to come up with, you know, we come to this place of balance where I give him what he needs, he gives me what I need, but at times what I need is actually no touch and separation, especially when I'm going through my own healing. You know, a lot of people want to heal with their spouses, but this healing journey is very much an individual thing, okay? And everyone is on their own path at their own time. So something I had to discover about myself was that my coping mechanism that I developed at a very young age was for me to soothe myself, okay? I learned to soothe myself. No one else got my emotions to where they needed to be except for me. So as an adult, I need alone time, okay? That's a boundary I had to set for myself. For some of you, you aren't able to create those boundaries because you're afraid of rejection. You're afraid if you tell your person or if you tell your friends or if you tell somebody that you need separation, that there's going to be a problem with that. And for some of you, you have already experienced that problem. Some of you have already protected yourself from an energy that didn't understand what made you happy. And 2 of Swords here in the reverse, this to me is a lot about you guys seeing through the illusion of the fighting that you've been doing with each other. You know, there's been arguments, fighting, petty drama, people coming at each other, you know, and it feels like that's something that's a part of the reason you needed your alone time, you needed your independence, because it's a lot for you to take in, okay? We got the star coming out. You could be connecting with an Aquarius, could also be connecting with a fire sign, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, and there's air sign energy in here too. So all the cards, we're doing collective, you know, whoever's going to watch this and resonate, it's meant for you. But I feel like you're recognizing what you actually want to manifest for yourself in this life, and it is not these things. This is old drama, okay? Old drama that is not aligned with your true self, and some of you connecting with individuals in your experience that are making you question ever connecting with people again. Don't let your heart be hardened by that. I'm all of a sudden getting a strong pressure headache in my left side. So, you know, for me, this is about you guys not seeing clearly and not seeing the higher perspective of what this was supposed to teach you, okay? Now, there's a lot of different stories kind of playing out here. So I will say also, for some of you, again, family issues surrounding your own wish fulfillment, you really being in your power. This is pre-Empress energy, taking care of your shit, coming into balance, but not seeing things clearly because a father figure has come through and made things very confusing for you. You had to protect yourself from this father figure energy, okay? And you did see clearly who they were, and this led to a fight, but then it also led to a lot of really good things, okay? This led to you believing in yourself. Because you stood up for yourself, this helped to activate your core, the portal of empowerment. That's what I just got. It activated a portal of empowerment, okay? When you came through, stood up for yourself on this issue, it activated this beautiful empowerment, you know, and you standing in your power, that is exactly what you're meant to do. So don't feel bad for setting boundaries. Don't feel bad for standing in your power. It's safe for you to stand in your power. I feel like I have to tell you guys this a lot. I have to tell myself this a lot as well. So, you know, no judgment, but we got to stand in our power and we can't feel guilty about it. Those that trigger our guilt wound are showing us and exposing to us how we were raised and how that's still impacting us. Okay. So think back, if you guys feel a lot of guilt and remorse, often I want you to think about how your parents made you feel. Okay. Some of you guys could have always felt like you were doing the wrong thing. And anytime anybody gives you their projections, sometimes that makes you feel guilty. You feel like a bad person for telling the truth. And that is just not the case, okay? So I'm going to pull some Reiki cards as we get ready to close out here today. We got Anna, female. So now is the time for you really to connect with your divine feminine, okay? Divine feminine does not chase. She attracts, number one. Number two, she moves her body. She is, you know, very much associated with sexuality. She is there for you to manifest and to nurture and to love on yourself. So now is the time for really strong self-love. Like I said, working on that routine to get you up so that you can fill yourself up, okay? We also got Worry Not, Shinpai Suna. I don't know how to say these cards, you guys. But we got Worry Not, okay? So, you know, what's going to help you right now is to stop worrying. And this is interesting because I used to be a very strong worrier. I blame that on my great-grandmother, who is now a spirit guide for me that comes to visit. She was very worried about everyone and everything, okay? I feel like you guys really need to sit with your truth and what you have control over, okay? Worrying about the past and your past decisions and worrying about the future isn't going to resolve the way that you feel. All that's going to do is elevate the feelings that you're already having. So it's important to come back to your breath. Allow yourself the space to be still and quiet and connect, okay? Connect to prayer, connect to your guides. You know, some of you guys need to make an altar and sit with your guides and have coffee with them, okay? That's a message for somebody, all right? And we got the affirmation, I am allowed to take the time to heal. So you guys really need to take the time to recognize it's okay for you to feel tired right now. It's okay for you to feel drained. You are going through a healing, okay? But you're missing your own little light switch, all right? This is a light switch. Turn your light on, okay? Some of you guys have allowed this worry and this fear and this doubt and this guilt and this regret and remorse to dim your light. And I just put this quote. Go check it out on my Facebook if you want. I don't remember exactly what it is, but it's talking about one must be brave enough to go into the darkness in order to see the infinite and profound power of the light. So, you know, I say this a lot because it's one of the things that has really stuck with me on this journey is it just takes one match to light up a room that's in the darkness. It just takes one match. It just takes one more positive, and I don't even want to say positive because I really fucking hate that word. I'm not going to lie. Being positive, okay, is not necessarily the goal, all right? It's about honoring your emotions, feeling what you need to feel, and then moving to a lighter thought, okay? So if I forget something, this is usually the way this goes for me. Damn it, Hillary, you fucking forgot that. What the hell is wrong with you? Okay? That's a very heavy thought, all right? That what the hell is wrong with you? I don't enjoy that for myself, but this is my automatic response when I forget something because I'm ADD, all right? I have been since I was a child, never medicated, and now it is a superpower. Really, I get to do a lot of things at one time. But this is that auto response. So in my mind, knowing that I do this and that this is a heavy thought, I'm going to move it to a lighter thought. Hey, it's okay. You were distracted, Hillary. No big deal. You're not a fuck up. It's all good. You're going to get your shit together. Trust in divine time. Thank you. I show gratitude and I move from that heavy thought to a more lighter thought. Okay, so that's what we're looking to do is to move to a lighter frame of thought. So not so much positive, but lighter. Okay, that way for some of you, you're like, oh, I don't want this positive bullshit. Why am I even fucking watching this video? It's not about that. It's about expressing your emotions, feeling what you need to feel, and then again, moving to that lighter thought, okay? Some of you guys definitely needing to connect to your emotions, to manifest as well, and to meditate, all right? This is the time right now. There's tons of yellow here. I feel like this is the time of, again, sitting in the silence. And I don't even think that, yes, you should bring meditation into your experience. I will never shut up about that. Meditation has changed my life completely. It's the reason that I'm even on this journey is because I was able to quiet my mind for the first time in my entire life. Okay, it was through meditation. I was not able to sit still and not think 1,000 thoughts before I started meditating. Now I can control the train of thoughts with a switch, okay? Now, some days are worse than others because some days I'm not grounded. But at the end of the day, again, meditation really helped me come to this quiet place where I could actually see myself. Instead of seeing all of the chaos and shit all around me, I could see myself for what I truly was. And it took unveiling and healing and all of that. But meditation was a huge player in that, especially if you're an empath, you know, doing this meditation and allowing yourself the space to just be in your own energy instead of everyone else's. It's a huge joy. Okay. It really is. So it's the time to connect to your feminine body, which also connects to that emotion. Once you connect to the feminine and the nurturing that you need, then you're going to connect to those emotions. Then you're going to turn this light switch off. Then you're going to stop this worrying and you're going to start recognizing that you're attracting what you feel inside of you. Okay. So some of you guys are wanting more prosperity in your experience, but you are doing this shame and guilt and worry, and you are blocking yourself every single time. So make a manifesting grid. You guys can use crystal grids, make crystal grids if you're into that. Otherwise, just manifesting by speaking what you desire, okay? And then visualizing it and recognizing that if you can see it in your mind, you can hold it in your hand, okay? This is the law of attraction, okay? So really connecting to the law of attraction. But again, going back to the very source of all of this is going to be through the act of connecting with your inner child, okay? Listening to the universe, connecting to universal light, seeing through your own illusion, because it's your illusion, okay? We're all living our own versions of our own hallucinations. So these are your illusions that you are creating, okay? Because you're going back to the past. And it's interesting because some of you know that there's nothing back there for you. You know that this person, this situation that you've already let go of, you know that you've seen the truth. So stop creating that illusion when you've already seen the truth. Okay, this is like, they're not giving me anything. Just stop creating your own illusions, all right? See through this fear. Recognize that you are divinely protected and that you are on a spiritual path and that you do have secret knowledge, okay? But you can't recognize that until you connect back to this inner child, because we can't connect to our gifts if we're not open to that childlike version of ourselves. And you guys need to spend some time with your spirit guides, okay? Really connecting with spirit, source energy, angels, ancestors, guides, okay? And it's time for you to really find your true self, okay? This says mask, loss of identity, find your true self again. That is what Thoughtful Thursday, that's not even what it is. That's what's Thoughtful Tuesday is all about, is recognizing who your true self is, and not allowing the influence of the outside world, your own rigidity, whatever. Your own rigidity, if that's a word. You're being rigid towards others, okay? So be flexible, be open to what the universe has to give you, okay? So those are your messages. I am sending love to all of you. I will see, I cannot talk. I will see you guys for What the Fuck Wednesday. Make sure you guys like and subscribe to my channel, like this video, and share it with your friends. Sharing is caring. Love you all. Have a good day.